Ha ha! Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Holy moly, what's going on with the market right now? Elvin Pena, what's going on with the market, bro? Holy moly, what's going on right now? John Deaton says Jay Clayton, former SEC chair, the dude who filed that lawsuit against Ripple, dropped it on his last day in office, is a fraud. John Deaton's calling this dude out. He just, Clayton has that look about him that, like, he thinks he's smarter than everyone else, right? You got that look to him. We know for sure that he didn't get his money, so he was trying to get his money without question. This is what he's doing because, unfortunately, this country has set it up that way that you got to do crazy stuff just to get yours. You got to do crazy stuff just to get your money. No longer, well, I wouldn't say no longer, but it is extremely difficult to just be an honest, genuine, hardworking entrepreneur and get it done. It's possible. We've been blessed to do it, but this whole deal of trying to do it the right way, the powers that be don't want the entrepreneurs winning, man. They want laborers. They want laborers, Elvin Pena. They want laborers, bro. They want you to hang around that $4 to $6 grand a month, $4 to $8 grand a month. They want laborers. 4 to 8K a month. What the world? What are you doing with that? What the world? What are you doing with 4 to 8K a month? How are you gonna make it? What you gonna do with that here in the States? No. Yeah, that's what laborers, man. They want laborers, bro. Alvin Pena says, not laborers, slaves. There it is right there, fam. Come on. Not me, bro. I don't care if it's all uphill. I'm staying the entrepreneur route. Screw that. It's the only way to freedom, bro. You got to own your own. You got to acquire skills and own your own. Because this trading time for dollar stuff ain't working. How? Can't keep up with inflation. Small business America is crumbling right before our very eyes. You can't keep up with a trade your time for dollar strategy. That ain't going to work. Anyway, I digress. I don't know why did I get it on that thing. Like I was in the G-Dub mastermind group or something. I don't know why I went there. But anyway, listen, this market is just doing what it does, fam. My guy Data Dash is like, he's like, maybe, but no liquidity. There's no net liquidity coming into space. John Deaton goes off on Jay Clayton. Freaking this Biden's executive order. Look, it's his executive order. Bottom line, Biden's executive order. You can shadow ban me all you want. Biden's executive order is horrible. This dude, if there was any doubt that this dude is not bought and paid for, now you know. What the world? AI and privacy? Oh man. They're trying to figure out any way possible to keep us slaves, bro. They're concerned about privacy. Jeremy Hogan was like, what? Jeremy Hogan went through that executive order that got to the AI part and talking about privacy. What? They trying to keep us slaves, bro. I don't know what else to tell you other than that. That's just the real. Like Elvin Pena said, they're trying to keep us slaves. Look, Brad Garlinghouse laid it out. I'm gonna share a video with you. He laid it out. Come on already, man. Why do we say in our outro, the digital asset space is our chance to win? Why do you think that the US is the country leading the charge to not allow us to have this digital asset space? Like, come on already. We got too many crypto influencers just running around naive. You just got to wake up to the reality. This is not trying to protect U.S. capital markets. Give me a break. This is about not allowing you the chance to be non-dependent upon them. That's what this is about. We got to wake up to reality. Got to wake up to the reality, bro. My family is like, look, I'm a street kid, born and raised Brooklyn. My family, my family moved from one what's the word? One project in the inner city to another project in upstate New York. I can't talk to them about finances. Like they're stuck. I love them to death. They would take a bullet for me and I would take a bullet for them, but they don't understand the finance. They don't understand the political stuff. They want to vote Dems, not me. No, ain't happening. And it hasn't happened. Ever since I was eligible, it hasn't happened. My family can't understand me. Oh, but they love me. I love them, but they can't understand me. They're convinced on the Dems. They're sold on the Dems. Not me, baby. No, I live both lives. Both lives? I live both lives. Grew up social services. Okay? Grew up on it. Became an entrepreneur as a teenager. Learned capitalism. Learned if I want it, I go get it. That's what I did. Right? Live both worlds. No. I'm not trying to be beholden to nada. No one. And this would look, the digital asset space allows you it frees you up, bro. Come on. You get to invest at the protocol level, and 90% of it is non-accredited investor access. You get to invest at the protocol. Did you get to invest at the protocol level with Google or email? The .com thing, were you there first, or did you get the scraps? You got the scraps, bro. We get to do this before them at the protocol level, nonetheless. The XRPL that's the protocol level, fam. Bitcoin protocol level. Ethereum protocol level, and we get to do it before them. And guess what? Nation raised their hand and said, "Yeah, I'll take the lead to keep the foot on their throat." Guess which nation stood up and raised their hand and said, "I will take the lead in keeping our foot on their throat"? And what are we going to do? Just keep our head in the sand and just say they're just trying to protect the US dollar? Give me a break. It's not about the US dollar. The US dollar is the one. It's got the world reserve status. It's the one. You ain't got to protect the US dollar. You got to improve the markets. Well, you need to protect the US dollar. Who are you protecting the US dollar from? Japan? Who are you protecting the dollar from? BRICS nation is wishful thinking. It's 10, 20 years away. What the current administration pretends like they don't know. They pretend like they don't know. If we get more of us winning, that's best. That's good for the U.S. It's not bad for the U.S. We got to get more of us winning. I mean, small business America is hurting right now. And if small business America ain't winning, the country is not winning. It ain't up to Google, that FANG group. The FANG group is not going to cut it. We need small business America. We need entrepreneurs. We need people working outside of the home. Tell me about your marketing skills. I mean, come on already. Gee, Lord, what's going on right now? Digital asset space is an option. It's another option, but they're trying to take it away. Why? Because you don't need them, Val and Griffin, to be able to get some ETH, get some Bitcoin, get some XRP. You don't need them. That's why. And these percentage gains, look, we got here first and they don't like it. They don't like it. And this current administration, in my humble opinion, is just bought and paid for. I mean, the dude's old. I mean, he worships the dollar. I mean, I don't know how you say it. We want our own money. So walk away from them YouTubers talking about Bitcoin this and Bitcoin that. Are you kidding me? It ain't about the asset, it's about the protocol. It's not about the protocol, it's about the monetary policy that comes along with it. We get to choose it. You understand what I'm saying? Not something being thrust down our throat. We have to wake up already. We've given them decades, if not hundreds of years, to figure it out, and they can't freaking figure it out. So let us try. You do you just support us. But we're going to choose Bitcoin. You let us choose to go to the casino. Why are you trying to take our choice away from owning? You got to think about that. They'll let you go gamble, but they won't let you choose digital assets. You got to think about that. You think they don't know the historical numbers for people going into casinos coming out with an L? Coming out with an L? But they'll let you go do that. Why? So you can become more and more dependent upon them. Walk away from content creators talking about Bitcoin this and Bitcoin that. What? There's no XRP without Bitcoin. There's no better blockchain, XRP, without Bitcoin. There's no better monetary policy without Bitcoin. Like, stop it already. I'm not saying you got to be 100% in Bitcoin, but look, we needed to win. Why? Because of the monetary policy. Everyone's basing their crypto monetary policy around Bitcoin. Scarcity, right? Deflationary. That's what we want. We understand. We understand that there's technology and there's better technology. We all understand that. Lightning Network is not great. We understand that. But we want options, because what they're offering, bro, what they're offering is yuck. It's yuck. How many trillions of dollars are we in debt? All we can do is barely pay the interest on the debt. Barely. They don't, central bankers, governments, they don't know, man. They have no clue. Central bankers and people in government are employees. Bottom line. I mean, I don't even know how to say it any other way. That we need more entrepreneurial mindset people who can figure stuff out. Because these, no, bro, no. Anyway, we'll get over to the market. Man, I went on a rant like I was in the G-Dub mastermind. That's where I do my, I was on the Talk Thursday or something, Mountain Grip. I don't know, it was good. Let's go with this market, and we'll get into this madness that is Jay Clayton and this madness that is this executive order. Oh, God. Oh, God. Anyway, let me share the screen. This executive order. Talking about trying to protect our privacy. Yeah, I'm not buying it, bro. You ain't trying to protect nada. Let's try to do this. Let's share this. I wonder what my guy Data Dash is saying right now. Like, Benjamin Cohen, what's going on, bro? What are you saying right now about this market? These numbers. What are you saying with these numbers right now, Benjamin? Gareth Soloway, my guy. What are you saying about these numbers right now? According to CoinGecko, the total cryptocurrency market cap is at 1.32 trillion. Bitcoin dominance is at 50.9%, still over 50%. Bitcoin is trading at $34,470 again. Ethereum is trading at $1,812. $12. Again, and XRP is trading at 57 cents a freaking again. I mean, look, sideways movement is sideways movement. I don't want to hear about these double-figure gains in Shiba Inu, 11% on the 7-day, or Avalanche at 15% on the 7-day. I'm not a swing trader. Are you a swing trader? Well, I did do my swing trading thing. Loved it. It was very, very cool. Tested it out for the G-Dub Mastermind. It very, very cool. I mean, that dude is the one. I invested in that thing. That dude is the one. You got to join the mastermind and find out about that. Near protocol, 21% on a 7-day. This is great for swing traders, but what is it doing for the hodlers, the long-term hodlers who aren't interested in swing trading? We need to get back over 3 trillion. When moon, baby. We're taking all the risks. This is a high-risk asset class. So we deserve the 20Xs and the 30X and the 100Xs. We deserve it. We're taking the risk. Don't be mad. Don't hate on the fact that we're here first. People are mad. People are mad that the freaking bartender, that the bank teller, that the landscape owner was first. That people are mad. People are upset that the plumber was first. People are upset. These freaking institutions are like, what? The landscape dude? Yeah, that's right. We were here first. They're upset about that. John Deaton is on Jay Clayton, bro. John Deaton's inner city kid like myself, bald head like myself. You know we got to hook up. You know John and I got to hook up. Anyway, Mr. Huber shared this at Learzit on X. It wasn't Jay Clayton's decision, you know. It was his staff decision. It was the staff's decision. John Deaton goes in on this guy. Take a listen to this for real quick. Hold on.
Stephen, so I was surprised, and let people know that the securities laws apply. Give them time to comply, and then people who didn't comply, you know, that we have. These aren't my decisions. These are the staff's decisions as to pursuing cases and the like. And
oh my God! What the world? I saw something on X that said that Eli Rosman was voted for this to bring action against that Ripple. We're going to know soon. As soon as this case is over, we're going to know who decided to bring this case against Ripple. We're going to know because they all knew it was bogus. This is John Deaton has to say here. Here's Clayton gaslighting the American people. Man. Dude's a total fraud. He voted. He had to vote. Of course he had to vote. Of course, it's his decision. As chairman, he controlled the money and the agenda. If he didn't want to file a case against Ripple and XRP on his very last day before leaving the SEC to go advise One River on its $1 billion bet on Bitcoin and ETH, he wouldn't have. He had the ability to say that since Consensus was represented by his law firm, and was brokering the Quorum JPM deal due to the mere appearance of impropriety and inherent conflicts of interest. And I know a lot of times we think John Deaton is a dude on X. John Deaton is a former prosecutor who, by the way, has never taken an L. So when he speaks like this, he knows from which he comes from, bro. He knows what he's talking about. I'm not saying he's always right, but he knows. He knows that this dude didn't have to do what he did. He knows that this dude is a fraud. He knows that this dude sacrificed his country for personal profits. He knows it. So anyway, he had the ability to say that since Consensus was represented by his law firm and was brokering the JPM deal. Both things. Two things. Consensus and the JPM deal. Due to the mere appearance of impropriety and inherent conflicts of interest, he shouldn't have voted for an enforcement action against his law firm's client's biggest competitor. Everyone knows it. I said it once, twice, 3 times, maybe 1,000. They are not concerned about Shiba Inu. They were concerned about the greatest digital asset ever created, XRP, and that XRPL. JP Morgan, when they got turned down, when they got kicked out of Ripple's office, went on the attack. Look, they can't be naive. This is what Jamie Dimon does. And he's not the only one, but this is how it works. Brad and Chris was like, 50%? Nah. You want half? Nah. We're good. You want half? Nah, we're good. We'll continue to be the disintermediator. We'll take our chances. So shouldn't have voted for an enforcement action against his law firm's biggest competitor and thus recuse himself. It wouldn't have been the first time. It was his last day at the SEC after all. Why file the most significant non-fraud enforcement action in modern history and walk out the door to leave for the new chairman? Why, you might ask? Indeed. We've been saying it from day one. It was never about Shiba Inu. It was never about Cardano. It was about that monster that was Ripple, that was disintermediating the financial system with this technology. You come into the door to take our $2 to $3 billion of profit a quarter. That's what you're talking about, Ripple. You come into the space with that kind of technology. You want to disrupt our golden goose? Why don't we hook up together and we'll share? Ripple said, nah. I know people don't want to think that this goes on, that it's just always Shangri-La. But it just is, that's not the reality, fam. Oh, let me do this. That's not the reality. The reality is Jamie Dimon is who he is, man. JP Morgan is who he is, and who they are. And this has been happening for a minute, as we like to say. Kelvin Land's in the building. How are you, bro? Fountain Griffin, yeah, he's a pathetic liar. Jay Clayton is a pathetic liar. And the fact that he's be able to get on these shows and come in and do this commentating on crypto is just disgusting. What's going on, Rodwell Nobrega? It wasn't my choice. It was the staff's choice. I mean, he just thinks that people are just not smart. That's another great thing about the digital asset space. How many of you feel like you've leveled up your macro outlook on the world? How many in the chat feel like you have raised your IQ on what's really going on since you got into the digital asset space? Raise your IQ on politics. Raise your IQ on central banks, monetary and fiscal policies since you entered the digital asset space. It's such an opportunity to level up here. It's amazing. Not just to increase your wealth and create generational wealth, but just to level up your knowledge to understand and better understand what's going on. You know what I mean? Alex Yeats in the building. What's going on, fam? How you doing, bro? That's the reality of the situation. That is the reality of the schizophrenic. Let's take a listen to Brad Garlinghouse explain why they, the powers that be, are upset. Take a listen to Brad here.
You have institutional money. The thing that's very different, and I've been out in Silicon Valley for about 20 years. The thing that's very different about what's happening now versus the dot-com bubble is the dot-com bubble, it was the institutional investors who were in, and then retail came on top and priced things up. The exact opposite has happened here. Mm-hmm. You have retail and kind of speculative interest already in the market, and now you have institutional money starting to come in. The thing that's very
so important to understand that, and they don't like it. They slept on Bitcoin. They thought it was going to be a passing fad, fancy, and it was going to go away. That's what they thought. And it didn't happen. It didn't go to zero. It didn't crash. There's tulips and whatever kind of other stuff they expected to happen. It didn't. And we were here first. And I'm just saying, they ain't happy about it. So are you going to just give in to, well, if they want to just do something, they can regulate it out of existence? Are you going to give in to that kind of thinking? Well, before they let something happen, they'll just bring out the guns and tanks. Are you going to succumb to that kind of defeatist mantra? Or are you going to fight for your generational wealth? That's the question. That's the bottom line. They're not going to just give it up. They're not going to just give it to you. This is not the internet of information. With the internet of information, the whole .com stuff, you weren't messing around with JP Morgan's money. You weren't messing around with their money. Right? How do I pause this? Hold on a second. I got no pause. Little Miss Crypto Siege is calling, right? So you weren't messing around with their money. You see what I'm saying? Like you weren't messing around with their money. So they were like, okay, cool. Information, cool. But when we move to the internet of value, yeah, they had something to say. They had something to say about that. Let's see something. See what's up with Little Miss Crypto Siege, right? And that's what it is, fam. That's the bottom line. JP Morgan and Jamie Dimon's like, yo, you messing with our money. That is the bottom line. 2 to 3 billion. Look, 2 to 3 billion in a quarter in profit. Isn't that $8 to $12 billion in profit every year? And you want us to settle for 10, 20, 30, 50%, maybe 100 to 200% in the stock market? And that rigged game called the stock market? Yeah, I don't think so, fam. I don't think so. That's what's going on. That's what they want. This is about the internet of value in which you and I were here first and able to participate at the protocol level. It's never, ever happened before in the history of freaking money. It's never happened. Never happened before. And now it is. And here we are. We got to do our own homework. We got to do our own due diligence. Sure. We got to learn portfolio management. Sure. We got to learn the difference between a bull market and a bear market. Of course. But we can figure that out. And you need help. If you need help with that, just join the GWW Mastermind. Links in the description. You got to be able to make money during the bull and bear market. Jimmy Jacobs says, what's going on, Jimmy? Leveled up, good sir. Indeed. I hear you, my guy. That's what it's about. Can't just make that money. We got to know how to keep it. Create generational wealth. Look, we got to read great books like the 3 Laws of Performance. Can't just read Tony Robbins, Money Master the Game. That's great. But do you know what the Rockefellers would do? Right? That we're talking generational wealth. That's what we got to do. Money Master the Game to teach you how to get yours. But what about generational wealth? You got to understand what the Rockefellers would do. We go over that in the GWW Mastermind. Golf, whiskey, Mastermind, the Patreon. So anyway, guys, that's what it is. Been a really, really cool hang. I appreciate the Blue Wrenchers. Alex G checked in. Appreciate you being here, babe. Listen, this is hugely important. We were here first. We have to fight for this asset class. not give in to some nonsense of they'll just bring out the tanks. And in the US, listen, the only people who say stuff like that are people who have never served. This is the US. Two things they don't want: people rioting in the streets. They don't want people rioting in the streets, and national security. And since we don't represent a national security risk, the other thing that they are concerned with is people rioting in the streets. And in order to do that, you have to be willing to fight. You got to be willing to fight for this asset class. You got to be willing to fight. Make sure that if they do bring a CBDC, it has to be right. You got to be willing to fight for that. You can't just cave in. We have to be willing to fight for our ability to choose our own monetary policy and say, hey, look, we gave you a shot. You can't figure it out. We want to choose our own monetary policy. That doesn't mean the dollar's not going to still exist. The dollar's still going to be around. Still going to be around. I'll use it when I need to. I'll participate in the dollar monetary policy when I need to, but when I don't have to, I'm not. We want that choice. That's what it is, fam. All right, guys. Look, I've been rambling on enough. I should have saved all of this for Talk Thursday. Kyle T. Moore. But it is what it is. Fight for what fight. You gotta fight, my friends. You gotta fight for what it is that you want. Can't just give in. They'll just break out the tanks and the guns. Not in the US. This is not freaking Bangladesh. This is the US. They don't want us rioting in the street. They don't know. And that's what would happen if we fight for what we want, which is the ability to choose our own money. The reason why they let us choose gold is because they own most of it. They don't own most of the digital asset space. You see what I'm saying? We do. Bottom line, baby. Bottom line. Love you guys. All right, listen, I'm going to end this video and live stream like I do all of my video or live stream with two things. Number one, old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and we're already winning. Number two, I would encourage you and ask you to ponder the idea and possibility to live permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya. Bye.